Hey, so this is a tutorial that's meant to save you some time in terms of when you're using your sculpts and you don't really know what you're doing that well and you're learning like I am right now. Um, it's meant to see if there's a way to bring something back from being a failed sculpt, if you know what I mean, or something that was like a mediocre result. As you can see here, I've got one of these, and it doesn't look great. Obviously, it's pushed out of proportion. No, not necessarily. Sometimes our sculpts just look like this, and anatomy is a very difficult thing to comprehend. And you might be struggling, or something might be making you struggle, and it's really difficult to actually get it to look like something that you would want. So, um, this is another one. This is the second one. And as you can see, it has a little personality features. And this is the third one. And that actually looks probably the best. But what I'm going to do is go down here and turn off the... There we go. Still looks sort of... something's wrong, you know? Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, or, let's have this be the main one that I have on. I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to turn this on. And then, as you can see, it sort of actually added something that might have been missing the entire time from the other, but it sort of added like this kind of double layering effect, and this is helpful. I hate that word. I don't hate that word, but I don't use it. It's useful. It's actually quite useful to see that there are things that can add. So going back, this has a shape of a jaw right here, and then we turn this on. It added to the jaw. Now you can imagine if I wanted this, oops, sorry, if I wanted this area to be more rectangular or etc. Well, it turns out I already did that on another result, and I was just going in circles constantly. Um, so anyway, it's not necessarily that other people will be able to do this to how I do it, um, but that there's an issue where if you have a lot of these busts, if you will, these kind of failed projects or whatever you're doing, you're able to at least see if anything can be used. And so we'll turn on the third one, and suddenly, oh, there we go. We have tertiary detail. Now, I've edited these a little bit to make it so it looks nicer, but this has worked out before for me where it's actually created some quite nice face shapes. And I intend to keep doing this, and I think it's a good idea to understand that these actually are possible. So even if this won't work always for you, what you can then do is take the tertiary, let's just say, and you don't have to call it the tertiary. There's three sculpts. You can have as many as you want. You can use two even, doesn't matter. Or you can duplicate and then just use it as a base. Let's say I wanted a little bit more cheekbone. And as you can see where all of them are at. Well, he sort of looks clownish. I'm not doing a great job, huh? But maybe that's okay. And it's just, obviously not the most amazing that it will come out to be. Maybe I can actually add a little more. And so that's sort of what I'm trying to explain here, is that it looks quite nice, just depending on what you're trying to do. Will you be able to always get a good result? I don't think so. It's like a last resort type kind of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. I actually knew a guy that his name was Last Resort. That's pretty funny. But as you can see, you can get a lot of good out of it. And it's not that this sculpt will be amazing, but let's just say that we're grateful for it. That worked. We merged down, and then we merged down, and now we've got one sculpt after you're done editing all of them. And then you come over here, and you go Dynamesh. Yeah, we'll just do 512. And there you go. So then you take this. Oh, okay. And suddenly you've got a very nice little clean sculpt. Oops. Alright. There we we go. There we go. And then try to be a little careful. Oh, that's okay. Now you can imagine my shock that it actually looks sort of decent. It's not great anatomy, let's be honest. It's not like it's amazing from a comparison hierarchical perspective towards other artists. I could do a lot better, but this is just something that you can use to salvage your work. And let's say you're a worse artist than I am, maybe you could pull out something that is actually quite good. Above my standard, above other artist standards, and if you're a better artist, you can use your skill benchmark to pull out other things. Maybe you can just have like a stasis where instead of having just one sculpt, you can actually pull out a second from it, and so on and so forth. You can have as many as you need. So this is a tutorial about how to get things from what might seem lost, and I hope you have a good day.